Hello, hello, hello. Here we are today for Mondays with Margo. I'm Margo Mastery, your heartfelt CFO from Margo's Bookkeeping. For all of those who don't know me, let's see if anybody is around for this week's Monday with Margo. I hope you're all having a great day. If you're on live, I would love if you said hello. And if you're watching the replay, I would love if you checked in as well. My hair is a little bit crazy today. So I hope everyone's Monday is good. My Monday, I feel like I've been just blowing out a lot of fires and fires and fires. So I'm excited for today's live. Okay, so let's jump in. The topic for today are one of the benefits of having your bookkeeping and accounting records updated and accurate. So I get this question all the time, like why would I want my books updated all the time? As my accountant does it at the end of the year. And, people just, they're okay with that. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there now that they're trying to really see the benefits of doing it on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, so that at the year end, they're not playing catch up. Now, simple things like hiring, right? Let's say you are in a position where there's a lot of work to do and you're just feeling strapped as a business owner that there's just not enough time in the day. Or maybe it's a better task that you should hire someone. Now, when it comes to those decisions, people always worry about spending money on staff and what areas are beneficial to spend on. Now, if your hourly rate is worth more than the task, it's a no-brainer. But even coming to pay those expenses, business owners are still in the decision of should I, shouldn't I? And even myself, I'm in a position where I feel like this position should be split into two, and it was a big decision and it's hard outside of money, but it's splitting the task and one person has been doing it. So, all those sorts of things. Now, what usually happens with hiring is people worry about cash flow. Now, cash flow is really the biggest thing. The key is cash flow, cash flow. Cash flow is just king. Now, if your accounts receivable is updated, you know how much money you have right now, today. Now, not everybody does it every day, let alone on a monthly basis to reconcile and everything. So when you do it on a regular basis, you can at least have it at a point in time. So what do I mean by that? Let's say by every Monday, you have your banking records ready, or by every Friday, you have your banking records ready, so that it's at the point. So let's say today is Monday, by June 17th, so that you're aware of how much money you have at that point. Now, expenses can be harder to update because, depending on how you pay for the expenses, if you pay for them on the debit card, if you pay for them on the credit card, if you use check. So there's multiple ways to post those expenses and it becomes time consuming. Now, there are quick ways to put them in, but it's just the concept alone of getting those expenses in to be able to manage it. That's where having the system set up for you to be able to accurately reflect at a time period how much money you have and the expenses, it's just so key to helpful. So when you have those hiring decisions, you can know how often you want to hire someone. So for instance, the position that I'm looking to hire, it's been 2 hours a day. Looking at the budget and the review of the work, I was able to figure out that I can hire 3 hours a day. Hey, thanks for coming on. I was able to hire 3 hours a day. So it was a huge benefit for having the accurate records. Now, the other thing is that when you're looking at your cash flow to see where you're at, it also helps you figure out a strategy so that you can climb the ladder and make more money. You can really realize where you're at today and where you want to be. So here we are in the second quarter, and we want to be able to capture our goals by, I don't know if you set up your goals on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis, but even if so, however you set them up, it's to be able to constantly manage them so that you're able to keep that constant watch on your sales goals. Now, in that sense, in my business, what I've done was I worked with someone who does sales, and she works on a commission. Now, I'm just trying this out, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. And you know, they'll get paid if they make the sale. So it was one way of trying it outside of paying an hourly fee. Now, it's not ideal because I'm probably not going to be a priority in this woman's book, but at the same time, it's doing something in the realm that I can afford and that I can do, right? And then you're probably wondering like, hey, you just said in the other category you can hire 3 hours a day, and in this one you're not paying. You decided on commission. So also those are the types of decisions that you make, you know, in what areas is more important to you to spend to make those types of decisions. Because even if I wouldn't take that hour, it's not a great budget to hire somebody on a sales position to support that. So I'll keep you posted on that. The other thing is that you can cut underperforming services and products. Now, let's say you're a designer or any entrepreneur, you have multiple products that you are servicing clients for. So let's say, who's on? Hi, Amit. Hi, Maria. Okay, so I don't know what, Maria, I'm not sure what you do, but let's say Sari, right? In the fitness industry, okay? And the coaching industry. By managing the income, she can accurately see what area is causing her the most money and is worth her time. So you're able to view that by literally having areas of income by what you're servicing clients. Now, my field is not as exciting. It's just bookkeeping and accounting. So I don't have multiple ways of making money. I've been working on launching my coaching program, but the main thing is that when you have multiple ways of joining, of adding to your business multiple ways of income, that's another thing of a benefit of having the accounting records. Now, products is, let's say you're in the retail industry and you are selling items. Like I have someone in the custom design handbags, and she has stuff that she just buys, and then she has stuff that she customs actually, and she has different categories like women upper class and women working, gym bags, and all these sorts of things. So because she gets those accounting records updated and to it at a point, she's able to see like, hey, this area is doing well, this area isn't, and to be able to make decisions how to spend the time. Because when you see that also by how to spend the time, you also see when you're paying your staff, how it all comes together, that if the time is being spent right. So that's another thing, is that seeing how much you spend on the areas, you're seeing if you're overspending, spending on target, or underspending, and you know, things that can be used in a different way by looking at that. Now, to land this all a little bit, one of the big changes that I would love to make in the accounting industry is that people could see that it saves time and money at tax time. I speak to too many business owners that they're working always in the back end and they're not in the present time. Now, if you were to talk to any coach, professional, fitness coach, you know, all those sorts of areas of people who work with the mind and being present, they will tell you all the loads and loads and loads of benefit of being present. Now, if you're April 15th, so let's say like right now, June 17th, 2019, tax time, we were filing April for 2018. So if you're first doing your books, you're catching up on 2018 and you're spending all this sorts of time on 2018, and you're not able to capture what is going on right now, it becomes a full-time job. And then people don't want to pay for it too, because they're like, for 12 months it costs that, it costs X, it could cost XY, it can cost XYZ. Hi, AB. So depending on how you live day to day, moment to moment, check by check, or you have a value of $1 and your feeling is, you want to scale and you want to save for retirement, you want to give to your kids, and all these sorts of good things with the money. These things help the whole picture come together of the added benefits of having your bookkeeping and accounting updated and accurate. Now, at tax time, it really hurts my soul to see how many people lose out, because they sit in the should have, and then they said and like why they did things for so long, and then at the same time there's not much you can do because it really is past. So I share with you today this is because you have so much time now for 2019 to be on the current, to be on the present. Even if you have to catch up with the first 6 months, you're still ahead of the game of the average business owner or individual who needs help. Now, it takes a lot to do it and to step into that zone. But once you do it, you feel great, and you just feel like you have a support system that if you're worried about money, if you're worried about if sales are going to happen, hiring, if you can afford to buy equipment, if you can afford to lease, all those sorts of things, pay for insurance in full, first monthly payments. These are all the sorts of things that when you have your updated financials, that you're going to be able to get that support for the answers. So to sum this up a little bit for today is, what are the benefits of a bookkeeping and accounting system being updated and accurate? Now, before I sum this up, actually, I just want to take on to talk about that word accurate, because updated and accurate, both of them are really, really key. Now, I'm a numbers person in my head. Like I'll say, yeah, I owe that person $7,200, and it could be $72.38 and 42 cents. But there's a benefit to being accurate, because $72.38.42, right? And then if you owe somebody else $51.04 and 10 cents, so you're taking off, and then I'll say, yeah, I owe that one $5,000. So it's like I'm taking off 200 there and then 100 there, and all those little bits, they add up too. And you still got to pay them because you agreed to those expenses. So the accuracy of it, and I was definitely a culprit of it, and I'm still at times where I do a lot of guesstimating in my head because I know the numbers. So I want to share this with you today, the importance of accuracy, even down to the penny. Because if you have that 5104.14 and you're saying you owe the person $5,000, it could catch up with you. You do that times 2 expenses at least, and you're already $300 from what we spoke about. So I hope you enjoyed today. To sum up for today, the few things that we talked about is when cash flow is tight, how to work around that. We talked about hiring decisions, how that helps you. We also talked about how cash flow, looking at that, it helps you create a strategy to climb the ladder in your business. Hey, Jeff. This is one of my favorites, is we talked about cut underperforming services and products. I also shared with you one of the things that I'm looking to change in the accounting industry, of being able to have people do things on a proactive basis and not be that person at the end of the year. And tax time was always playing catch up. And now playing catch up is not only just catch up, it's that you don't know how much you spent, you don't know how much you owe, and it's dangerous. And I've been there where it was bad, and it can take sometimes, depending on how much you make, or even how little you make, it can take a long time to get out of that. For people, it could be months, it could be over a year plus or so, and we don't want any of those colorful situations to happen. So if this interests you, or if you know of someone that this information can help, I would love if you shared this information so that we can, sharing is caring, and we can help more people. And if you need any help, I would love for you to reach out. Even if you're not looking for services, you're just looking to clarify, feel free to tag me here or send me a message or an email so that I can help you. Have a fabulous Monday. I love you all. Bye.